Mary tapped her cheek lightly with her fingers, using Morse code to send a message to the man in the courtroom. Although the man appeared outwardly indifferent, he had already received the signal and began blinking frequently in response. Mary immediately understood the meaning and started inquiring about the specific rescue plan. As the man responded with rhythmic blinks, Mary took out a small notebook and quickly jotted down the information. The trial soon concluded with a verdict, sentencing the man to death, to be carried out in a certain prison 3 days later. However, no one present realized that a plot for a prison break had quietly been hatched right before their eyes. The man's name was Mike, a notorious gangster. That night, following his instructions, Mary arrived at a wall with a special mark and pressed the third brick from the left. The wall slowly opened, revealing a sports car that looked strikingly similar to 07's ride, one of Mike's secret hideouts. Mary drove off and soon reached the 37-kilometer road marker. As the car approached, the mountain ahead transformed into a rising stone gate, revealing yet another one of Mike's secret bases. Upon entering the base, the interior left Mary utterly astonished. She unlocked the safe using the code provided by Mike, and a hidden compartment sprang open, filled with cash and various potions. As instructed by Mike, she took out 2 bottles, one red and one yellow. These 2 potions would be the key to orchestrating the rescue. However, to successfully break Mike out, they needed one more crucial figure, the Minister of Justice. This man, corrupt and unjust, had once exploited Mary's weakness and forced her to marry him. Now, with an opportunity for retaliation, Mary was naturally unwilling to let it slip away. Dressed in elegant attire, she walked into the minister's office. Seeing her stunning beauty, the minister was instantly captivated and swore to go through fire and water for her. Mary seized the opportunity and suggested that she wanted to see what the legendary gangster looked like. The minister initially refused, but Mary immediately retorted, "You don't love me at all. You men are all the same." Hearing this, the minister quickly changed his tune and decided to personally take her to see Mike. That night, under the pretense of handling state secrets, the minister applied to interrogate Mike and successfully obtained permission from the warden. 30 minutes later, the minister walked out of the interrogation room, muttering dejectedly, "This guy's mouth is really tight." The warden, upon hearing this, had no doubts. After all, since his imprisonment, Mike had been taciturn and expressionless, never uttering more than a single sentence. The next morning, the execution time arrived. Mike, with a stern expression and an unwavering demeanor, walked onto the execution platform. Seeing his appearance, the warden couldn't help but sigh. "This guy is really tough. His face hasn't changed since he was arrested." However, this remark alerted the police chief standing nearby. He suddenly remembered that Mike was an expert in disguise and had multiple masks at home. His heart tightened as he realized that something might have gone wrong. He immediately wanted to call off the execution, but unfortunately, it was already too late. A man was escorted to the execution ground, yet his face remained unchanged, as if the whole situation had nothing to do with him. The police chief, standing nearby, noticed his expression and immediately thought of Mike's exceptional disguise skills and the various masks hidden in his house. Just as he was about to stop the execution, it was too late. He hurried to examine the corpse, and as expected, the deceased was not Mike but the Minister of Justice. It turned out that the night before, the minister had been injected with a purple serum as soon as he was sent to the cell, instantly becoming dazed and foolish. Then, Mary administered a yellow serum to stabilize the effect. They put a pre-prepared mask on the minister's face. When the time came, Mike escaped effortlessly. Although the police chief had uncovered the truth and confirmed that the deceased was indeed the minister, he decided to keep it confidential for the time being to avoid causing public panic and to apprehend Mike successfully. Meanwhile, Mike, unaware that his identity had been exposed, brazenly disguised himself as the minister and entered the office to search for the hidden vault. Just as he obtained the vault key, the receptionist's mysterious behavior alerted him, and he instantly realized his identity had been compromised. He decisively escaped through the back door, narrowly avoiding a face-to-face encounter with the police who had come to arrest him. It must be said that the receptionist was a total liability. The police chief had just instructed her to act as if nothing had happened and find a way to stall Mike, but she immediately started peering into the office suspiciously. Her behavior practically screamed to Mike, "You're exposed!" In this way, Mike successfully reached the rendezvous point agreed upon with Mary and escaped once again. The next target was to steal the minister's hidden illegal funds. To figure out the bank's security system, Mary transformed into a wealthy lady, depositing 2 famous paintings into the safe deposit box and casually inquiring about the bank's structure. The bank manager, an honest man, told her everything. The top of the bank was cast from a single piece of steel, with steel bars throughout the ceiling, floor, and walls. There was also a wire mesh between the steel wall and the outer wall, which would trigger an alarm if touched, and the police would arrive within a minute. It could be said that this vault was impregnable, and even a fly would find it difficult to enter. The alert Mary carefully memorized all this information. Afterward, The manager handed her a key, and both of them needed to turn their respective keys simultaneously for the vault door to open. However, he was unaware that the box Mary carried, supposedly containing the paintings, actually concealed a laser cutter. With all the preparations complete, Mary's task was successfully finished, and now it was Mike's turn to take the stage.